Hey everybody, this is David B69 and welcome to MyGM. We're going to finally start the actual MyGM mode. If you watched the first episode, we had a little bugaboo and basically it didn't show the winner, but we had a winner. It's like, which was, wow. Well, we'll get back to that.
Breeze, how's your show doing over there, man?
It's okay. I think I have to release Jody Garcia.
Oh, not Jody. She's carried you for like 2 seasons.
Yeah, but she wants bonuses and title matches, and actually, I might trade her after the PLE.
Oh, that'd be good because her morale under your regime has been pretty bad.
Well, how's the stamina and the injuries on your side?
Stamina injuries are fine because everybody's morale is so high.
No, but that's normally the problem on your show is the stamina and the injuries. You have no people to choose from.
That's not the problem on my side. The problem on your side is you don't have the cash. Look at me, I'm wearing velvet. What do you have on? What do you bring to your super... Legendary General Manager and Hall of Famer himself, Paul Heyman. Sir, how can we help you? Wise, yes.
Your tribal chief is on his way. He does not like raised voices.
It's his fault. Okay, we'll say that.
You start it every time.
You can tell it by the way he's dressed. He has no manners. No home training.
Not in front of
You're doing. He's got the smug little face.
He's doing this every
Have you guys seen this?
No, sir. What is this?
Whatever it is, you didn't get it from me.
Give me this. Unique PLE power cards. It looks like you can get unique cards from winning PLEs.
No way. And there's go-home shows into the PLEs, and all brands are in the PLEs.
What do you mean all brands are in the PLEs?
All of my guys, all of your guys, they're together.
What? Give me this. New match types, dude. Look, Money in the Bank. Gauntlet matches.
What?
Underground.
Oh, you still have to stick to your time, though. There's a timer this year.
A timer. Online. Oh, Breeze. Breeze, I'm gonna crush you this year. It's not even close.
You might as well give up now.
Give up now? What are you talking about?
You have to give up now.
You know what? There's only one way to find out.
I guess there is.
Yeah. Simulate. You have to, it's the same. Ready? Simulate. Breeze, which? This camera. Okay, ready? Simulate.
Now, it's like obviously I'm playing with like all by myself. So we're not doing online, so we're playing locally. I don't even know if I would like locally playing online because it's like you can't watch the matches, which is part of the fun. So, welcome to MyGM. Your first big choice will be to select a GM to manage your brand. And who we're selecting. We've already told you who we're selecting. We are selecting Paul Heyman overall. That was a very, very simple selection. Okay. Now we got to add a second player, which is the CPU. Now, I thought about this for a while. Just makes sense to have Nick Aldis be the SmackDown general manager. Because why not? It just made sense. Now, of course, we always have a third one. And I was thinking really, really hard about this. And we've got to have Eric Bischoff. And Eric Bischoff, of course, do WCW. Just made sense. Now, this final one and everything is kind of rough. We could go with Sonya Deville. We could go with Stephanie McMahon. We could go with Shawn Michaels. And we could go with Miss Elizabeth, which kind of intrigues me out because if they can max out, that's just absolutely nuts. Sensational Sherry, I just don't have any interest in having her doing it. Do I have Xavier Woods and Tyler Breeze? No, because if I'm going to do them, I'd want them both in there together. I basically want to see how this works with Shawn Michaels. Because, he works a lot with Raw and with NXT, and it just makes the most sense with having him associated. So that is what we're going to do. So we're going to confirm that selection. Already did that, dude. Okay. Yes, so we've confirmed that. Difficulty, we're going to do normal. I mean, you can do hard or extreme. I'm just going to do normal. Win condition is fans. We're going to set the trophies to 15. That's the max. It just makes the most sense. We are going to go to $4 million. I personally, I like to do the snake order. Shakeups, of course, on the draft pool. It's going to be the default. And this is what I'm saying, default. This is default without playing Showcase. Showcase unlocks a lot of characters. We're not having any of those characters unlocked. I have not touched Showcase. I will not touch Showcase for a while. So we're just going to leave it at that for right now. We're not auto drafting. We like to auto draft. The unlocks, that's a question mark. It's like you can have all the match type unlocked, or you can just have it as it goes. I want to go with the default that it unlocks over time. It just makes most sense. Now, the booking timer, it's kind of interesting if you're playing multiplayer. I'm obviously not playing multiplayer, so it's just kind of no point to it. I mean, unless you could tell me that the CPU would suddenly not be able to do things and stuff quickly, where they probably have all their stuff set up like about 6 steps ahead of me. Yeah.
It's the WWE Draft, and the landscape is about to change. Who will Raw take with their first pick?
Now, as I said, we already have our pick already selected. Becky Lynch won the Royal Rumble. This is like a men's and women's Royal Rumble, and she ended up winning. So she gets the first overall pick.
A fantastic choice in Becky Lynch.
She is all smiles to be the #1 pick.
Who will be the first pick for WCW? NXT is up with their first pick. And who's the second pick for NXT? Standing by for WCW's second choice. SmackDown's GM prepares the second pick. Raw sizing things up for their second pick.
Now, the interesting thing is, Becky Lynch was a specialist. We got fighters, we got bruisers, cruisers, giants, and stuff. So nothing of that is like really changed. So I'm not going to have anybody that is going to be going against her right now. I do want to get some people that I like and have some popularity. Gotta love Liv Morgan. Now, there is no, you can't do any crossing and everything with the males and females. in MyGM. Not yet, anyway.
Liv Morgan. The GM looking to live dangerously.
Bringing excitement to the brand in these early rounds.
Okay, Liv Morgan. She's a cruiser. So cruisers, you have to get a giant to face off against her.
Raw drafts.
Oh no.
The genius of the sky.
I accidentally selected Io Sky by accident. That was completely me grabbing the controller.
Let's see who
Oh,
goes
boy.
forth to NXT. WCW taking stock for pick number 4. Pick number 4 from SmackDown's GM. And Raw ready to make their 4th pick.
So that's very interesting. Now I got Io Sky and Liv Morgan. Wow. Okay. Okay, here we go. Here's Raquel Rodriguez. She is perfect for this.
Raw chooses Raquel Rodriguez. And Raquel is going to stand tall on this brand.
She'll take any path necessary to get to the top.
Wouldn't mind finding a green giant. Oh, green giant. Okay. Jade Cargill will do fine for that.
Raw drafts, Jade Cargill. The GM picks up one of the hottest free agents ever, Jade Cargill.
A pick with the will to reach the top.
Could be a make-or-break pick for NXT here. Could be make-or-break for the WCW GM. The next member of SmackDown is about to be picked. Who is about to join the Raw roster?
Okay. How am I doing budget-wise? I'm doing good budget-wise so far. Okay. Five.
Raw selects Gunter. A statement pick, drafting the ring general.
Paul Heyman's always had an eye for talent, and this pick proves it.
No.
Raw chooses Jey Uso. Main event, Jey Uso joins the new brand.
This guy might just soar over all the GM's picks so far.
The NXT GM weighing their options here. Who's up for NXT? Lots of great talent remaining for WCW. Let's see who they pick. Raw weighing their options here.
Okay.
Raw picks, CM Punk.
Pipe bomb time. CM Punk joins the new brand.
The wise man picks CM Punk. Let's see if Punk's still a Paul Heyman guy.
Raw selects Roman Reigns.
The head of the table set to preside over Raw.
The wise man and the tribal chief together again.
NXT is wide open here with their next selection. Who's going next to where the big boys and girls play? It's another big pick for Monday Night Raw.
Okay. Now we got... Okay, we have Solo as a bruiser.
Raw selects Solo Sikoa.
The street champion, Solo Sikoa, joining a new brand.
Watch your back. The wise man reunites with his bloodline enforcer.
Raw picks LA Knight.
LA Knight is on a new show, and I'm sure he has a lot to say about it.
If you're looking for a future champion, he's it.
A major decision for the NXT War Room. A lot of ways NXT can go here. Let's see what they pick. SmackDown contemplates their next pick. The Raw War Room weighing its strategy here.
Raw drafts Damian Priest.
The Archer of Infamy sets his sights on Raw.
A great pick. He's got one goal in mind on this show.
Raw selects Finn Balor.
Balor about to pass judgment on a new night.
He's a main event player, that's for sure.
Who'll join the black and gold brand next? NXT ready for their next selection in this draft. WCW moving on in the draft. SmackDown moving on in the draft. The next round begins for Monday Night Raw.
Okay. I seem to have picked up a lot of guys there. I am lacking in the females. You know, I only have a budget of $272,000, so I'm just going to have to end it right here because I need that money. I mean, I don't want to go any more than this. So I am just going to have to be satisfied.
A look at the formidable talent on this brand. SmackDown about to make another big pick. A major decision for the WCW General Manager. Who's up for NXT? Who's the next pick for Team WCW? SmackDown pondering its next pick. Who will join SmackDown in mere moments? WCW looking to add to their haul with this pick. A major decision for the NXT War Room. WCW back at the podium for their next pick. The SmackDown GM is preparing their next pick. Who is next on the SmackDown roster? And you gotta wonder who's next for WCW. Who will join the black and gold brand next? NXT ready for their next selection in this draft. Could be make or break for the WCW GM. A tough choice awaits the SmackDown GM. Who is next on the SmackDown roster? Who's going next to where the big boys and girls play? Here's the hungry talent looking to break out on NXT. WCW moving on in the draft. Speculation, who joins SmackDown next? The SmackDown roster is now complete. Lots of great talent remaining for WCW. Let's see who they pick. Look at the big boys and girls on the WCW roster.
And here's the lineups after the draft. Let the games begin.
I mean, look at all that space between our picks and their picks. I mean, gosh. WCW's roster is huge. But do they have any? It's like they don't have, I mean, like so many of these stars, the popularity is like really low. It's like almost every single one of my stars pops. I mean, their popularities, I only have one popularity under 50. Every single one of them is over. So I feel pretty good about my squad. Yes, unread messages and conversations. Now we're going to select our champions. In men's division, we're just going to make this nice and simple. Look how many good guys we have. This is not good. Only 3 bad guys and 5 good guys. So we're going to have to... I was thinking we'd have Roman Reigns switch over to bad. So, that was my thought. And I want to give him the boost and be our champion. He's a bruiser, we're going to do that. Raw's men's champion will be Finn Balor. Tag champions. Really didn't think about that. Um, let's have. Okay. And this is where we're going to end it. Until next time, this is WB69. I'm out.